Bomb a job. We need railings on them place, ya blessed. Crash hotspot and no railing there if you stop the people from go over. People, listen to this. Sad one.
Tragedy in St. James. The bus plunged more than 100 feet below. Aboard was the driver and several passengers. Superintendent Aaron Samuels is the acting commanding officer for the St. James Police. He explained the circumstances surrounding the crash.
A motor bus that plies the Cambridge to Montego Bay route seemed to have not been able to negotiate a corner coming down the Longhill, which ended in that bus going over the precipice.
The driver died. His identity is not yet known.
The ambulance has assisted 6 members of the public who were in the bus to the hospital, which includes 4 students and 2 adults. There were other persons who were on the bus who managed to assist or with assistance make their way out of the bush.
It is still not clear how many people were aboard the bus.
The fire brigade, they did a marvelous job in assisting with the rescue efforts. They were quick on the scene and quick to bring the persons who were injured out of the terrain to the ambulances. I myself went down there to see if anybody else was left behind, and it was a treacherous walk. It took us about 10 to 15 minutes from the main road here to the crash point. We saw what remains of a bus, based on how badly it was damaged.
It is also not clear what caused the crash. The incident also led to a major buildup of traffic in the Long Hill area of St. James and stretched back into parts of Hanover and Montego Bay. Heavy rainfall also impeded the recovery efforts. Persons are being encouraged to proceed with caution in the area, which is a known crash hotspot, especially when it rains.
My take back from this to the public is just utilize our road with care. We know that based on the condition of the road, you may not be speeding, but we want persons to go down to a snail's pace whenever there is any moisture, rain, heavy rain, drizzle on this road.
So now fixed road. These are the kind of things we look upon, blessed. You understand what I say? Make sure the road's safe for people drive pan as well. You understand me? All them big pretty road you not take you nowhere, you know. If a precipice wait upon you when you go around some corner. Make sure the road's safe. This is what we're talking about, Prime Minister. You nah work right, blessed. And on another news, family, PNP is in front of JLP right now, which I'm very happy about. You understand what I say? Because these changes, we need this change in Jamaica. Because as you know that PNP is for the people. You understand what I say? JLP just come here for rob we. As we see every day, them show in front of our face. You understand where I come from? So please, me I beg you, don't be saying that you're not going out to vote and now I'm going to do this. Why? Why would you not vote? Think about it. Why would you not vote for a better Jamaica? For your kids, kids. You understand what I say? You're supposed to be able to make up your mind for them. You understand what I say? To make a better future for them. John Noble said, listen to this.
In June, the PNP arguably made a shocking advancement in the PNP commissioned Don Anderson polls after trailing the Jamaica Labour Party for years. At the time, 30.2% of Jamaicans said they would vote for the PNP, 25% JLP, and 44.8% of respondents were undecided.
So the trend, which is what I pay more attention to, is the party coming from behind, pulling level, and then pulling ahead.
Now, while the JLP is closing in, according to the latest R.J. Arglina commissioned Don Anderson polls, if the government calls the election now, the PNP would win. 29.5% of respondents said they would vote for the PNP, 26.1% JLP, 23.8% were not sure, and 20.6% indicated that they will not vote.
So what we've had is a narrowing of the gap between the two political parties, and it is now a much more competitive environment based on the last 3 polls that we have done, February, June, and September. A very competitive environment just outside of the margin of error of plus or minus 3%.
For context, Mr. Anderson pointed to the R.J. Arglina commissioned polls in 2022.
The Jamaica Labour Party had a whopping 13 percentage points lead over the People's National Party. 31% said they would vote for the Jamaica Labour Party as against 18% for the People's National Party. That was a consistent pattern since 2016 when the Jamaica Labour Party won the election. We have done about 7 national polls up to July 2022, and all of them had the Jamaica Labour Party substantially ahead.
While we know which party most Jamaicans would vote for now, the next big question is the likelihood of Jamaicans going out to vote. In the last general election, voter turnout was at its lowest, with only 37% of Jamaicans going to the polls. When 1,010 Jamaicans were interviewed by Don Anderson between August 30 and September 14, 30% said they will definitely go out to vote. 7% said quite likely will. 19% may go out. 19% also may not go out. And 25% said they will definitely not go out.
I believe that between those 3 numbers, we're going to get the actual voter turnout for the 2023, 4 or 5 election. All right, scheduled for 2025, of course. So we expect that based on this, the turnout could be in excess of the 38% that it was last time, but probably not anywhere like 45%.